To induct our second honoree, it's my pleasure to introduce the Vice President and General Manager of Tactical Space Systems at Northrop Grumman, Cyrus Dalla. Cyrus?
Hello. Our second honoree got his start in the U.S. Air Force as an electronics technician. After discharge, he earned advanced degrees and spent 20 years in commercial industry. But education and aerospace were his enduring passions, and he went on to teach at Webster University and at Stanford, where he established the Space Systems Development Laboratory. While at Stanford, he came across a problem with timing. Developing a space system like a satellite took an average of 6 years, but students spent an average of just a year in a master's program. And so they never experienced more than just a part of the process. Our honoree was shopping in a plastic store when he found himself staring in a 4-inch cube, a box for the popular Beanie Babies toys, and inspiration struck. He realized that it could house the components of a basic satellite that students could complete in a year. The first public mention of this idea, dubbed a Cubesat, came in 1999 when he and Professor Jordi Twiggs of California Polytech described it at a conference. Academics in the industry met the idea with skepticism. The skeptics began to fall silent in 2003 when an operational Cubesat was put into orbit. NASA was soon offering a Cubesat launch initiative that gave universities, high schools, and nonprofits a chance to fly their Cubesats on upcoming launches. By August 2021, schools and businesses had launched more than 1,600 Cubesats, and companies from AAC Clyde Space to Planet and Spire had made them as an essential part of our industry. Our honoree never patented his concept or standards. Instead, he published them widely to inspire their use. Cubesats, the size of up to 6 Beanie Baby boxes, are used today in scientific research, Earth observation, and communications. Their small size limits their capabilities, but built quickly at low cost and in large numbers, they have given a critical boost to the pace of innovation in space and satellite. For his instrumental role in giving the next generation of space and satellite professionals hands-on experience and co-creating a standard that transferred the services our industry delivers, SSPI is proud to induct into the Space and Satellite Hall of Fame the retired professor of astronautical engineering at Morehead State University, Professor Robert Twiggs.
Well, it's a very good honor to be inducted into something like this. It's not something that I had not anticipated and had not anticipated what the use of the Cubesat would be. In coming up with the Cubesat was a way to accelerate the learning for the students in an engineering program. So what the idea was is if I could make something smaller, they couldn't put so much stuff in it. It certainly humbles me to be with the folks that are here today and be part of this group, see what they have done with the Cubesat. The Cubesat, to me, started out as an educational element to get students that were excited about space to be able to get their opportunity to get into space. And one of the thrilling things for me in my career is the fact that the students have built some great satellites, and I've had the opportunity to put my fingerprints on them. So now my fingerprints are in space. Not that I built the satellite, the students built the satellite, and that's what's important. The important thing is the education that the students get out of a project like this. We cannot teach this sort of thing in a regular class. And it's been an experience for all of us that's worked on it, of what this does. And the thing that I really am pushing is STEM education in the education system. I think that has a marvelous effect on the students to have hands-on projects to build things that they actually can do is just really a great thing. It not only it makes the students more confident in what they do, but it also gets them interested in all the other subjects they're learning. When you take a class and you have all of these discrete classes that you take with English and math and that sort of thing, they don't see the relationship of all those. The nice thing about a satellite and a program like this is you see all of this, and that's what's exciting to me. The one thing that we found out, though, is when we got this thing going and the industry got in it, they kind of bumped the education system out with the cost of launches. You know, our initial launch on the Russian rockets that were negotiated by Cal Poly was $30,000 for Cubesat, and it wasn't very long till it got up to 120. That's hard to raise that amount of money in a university. But the NASA program brought about the opportunity to get launches, and that was very good. I'd like to direct your attention to ESA, because every morning when I get up, I sit down with my iPad and I go through LinkedIn and the other programs, and I see so much going on in ESA with regard to students and education that I think they've far surpassed NASA. And that's disappointing, because why should they accept it and do more in it than NASA does? So I have this morning a challenge. NASA and the space industry really needs to be more involved in the education of the students. Just think what it would be if all of the people that are working on CubeSats put $1 away per day and contributed that to a nonprofit organization that could provide funding for STEM education for students. And we ought to start really in the 4th grade. That's where the students get interested in kind of thinking about what their careers are. So I think we've got a real opportunity here to make a difference in the education by putting some funding back in the education system. And so again, thank you very much for this honor with all these prestigious people, something that a farm boy like myself from Idaho never expected to see, but it's a really rewarding thing in my career. And I hope that seeing people like the Planet people who have really grabbed onto this and started commercial application has really been a good thing in the industry. And I hope, and we see so many benefits from it now. But if you're going to have people that are go there in the future, you got to invest in the younger in education, in the STEM education. And again, thank you very much. It's a real honor to be part of this group.